Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. This video is going to be all about all the things that I've managed to pick up in the past week or so. Managed to get loads of different stuff. There's been a lot that's turned up in terms of pre-orders. So we've got the vintage collection wave that you can see in front of you there. We've got some Black Series to show you. I've got some vintage figures that I've managed to pick up for my vintage Kenner collection. I've also got an awesome book from a Kickstarter that I backed, which has turned up, which I can't wait to show you as well. So if you do happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like down below. It really does help the channel. And let's get into this and show you what I've managed to pick up this week. So first off, if we start on the right hand side here, this is the Retro Collection Remnant Stormtrooper. This is the one that comes exclusively with the Monopoly game. So I did get the Monopoly game. It arrived this week from the Disney store in the UK. And immediately opened it, took the figure out, and then the game will be packed away for Christmas when me and the family will probably play that game. But decent looking figure and card back. Obviously it's exactly the same image that they used for the vintage collection version. And the figure there is exactly the same as the original Stormtrooper, but they've just sort of dirtied him up a little bit to make him look like a remnant Stormtrooper. Horrible retro sticker as usual. All that stuff around the edge, which I do not like at all. I think you know that by now. So that's that. Also got the most recent wave of the vintage collections you can see here. So we've got Captain Rex there. We have the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor. We've got the Rogue One Darth Vader. We also have Moff Gideon. We also have the Armorer. So that's the wave. And then of course we also have the Walmart exclusive Incinerator Trooper from the Mandalorian. So plenty of figures from the Mandalorian. I've already done reviews for many of these three in particular. I think I've already done, so be sure to check out those if you haven't already, and reviews for all of these three will be coming up on the channel this week. Moving on to some vintage figures that I've picked up this week. The first one I picked up was an R2-D2. Really nice condition R2-D2 here with the solid dome. So he's going to go in my first 12 case. So that leaves me needing Luke Skywalker, but I have actually managed to find one on Facebook, one of the Facebook groups. So he's going to be with me in the next couple of days. And that will be my first 12 stand finished. Although I may need to look for another Vader because my Vader that I got may have been damaged. I know it's awful, but he may have been damaged. So I might need to get another Vader. The sticker on this one isn't the whitest, so eventually I might want to upgrade this one, but he's got a decent dome, paint's good on him and everything. So that's R2-D2. Also managed to pick up the Bounty Hunter IG-88. Very nice figure indeed. Really stiff limbs on him, great paint, very nice figure. So he's the last of the Bounty Hunters that I needed for my collection, so he's going to go straight in the cabinet. Oops, just dropped his gun. Yep, so that's IG-88. Next up, we have the Rancor Keeper. So, you know, the Jedi figures, they're pretty easy to get hold of, but this one's pretty much uncracked. He's so mint. The joints have just hardly ever been moved, basically. So he is like 100% mint, great paint and everything. So he's going to go straight in the cabinet very nicely. Also managed to get myself a Walrus Man, and apparently this is the PBP Walrus Man. A little bit more expensive than your standard Walrus Man, but I was just happy to get a Walrus Man basically that's, you know, got all the paint in the right places, no rubs whatsoever. Really, really nice. And again, it's hardly been moved. The limbs are so stiff. So that's a good one to have for the cabinet. And now these two figures, these are obviously ones that I've been after for a very long time. The first one we have is the Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper disguise. No hair rub whatsoever, no rub on the nose. So, you know, this particular one, the helmet hasn't been taken on and off too much. Decent figure, not too yellow. It's a good white. And the helmet's nice as well. So, awesome to finally get one of these. These aren't cheap these days, but at the end of the day, you've got to get them now before they just keep going up in price. So, really happy to get that for my vintage Kenner collection in the cabinet. And the final figure that I managed to pick up is Yoda. Great looking Yoda there. Good paint, good eyes, No rubs on the hands, which is good. He's got his cane and his belt and his snake. Really, really good condition Yoda, so I'm very happy with that. I got all of these off the Dark Side Alliance Facebook group. Terry and Gaz, they do a great job on that Facebook group. You just got to be quick. When one of these come up, you have to claim it because somebody else will, basically. But that's Yoda. Very nice Yoda indeed. Moving on to the Black Series, and the Black Series Mandalorian Remnant Stormtrooper turned up. Pre-ordered this one a while ago. He's number 9 in the line, so very happy to get that one. Again, these are just going to stay in the boxes because I like the side thing, and then when I get room to display them, they'll display all nicely down there. I don't really display Black Series figures loose. It's literally for the packaging, really, and I'm only ever interested in this new style packaging. The red and black boxes just don't interest me whatsoever. And also we have number 5 in that one as well. I do believe this was a exclusive as well. I think it's exclusive to Smith's in the UK. Might be a Walmart exclusive in the US. You'll have to tell me in the comments down below. But this is the Din Djarin and the Child build-up pack. And you get the little pieces of Beskar there. You get the little tracking fob there. You get the Child, of course. His little pram, floating pram, and the jetpack. Decent looking figure. Still prefer the vintage collection one, mine, but good image on the side there of him. These 2 figures for the Black Series, I will not be reviewing these. These are, as I say, these are to keep in the boxes. But what I will be reviewing is another Black Series thing that I picked up. And that was the Amazon exclusive Speeder Bike and Scout Trooper with the Child. So again, this is something that we really want in the vintage collection. I'd love a Speeder Bike with the Child and everything in the white with the new Scout Trooper and everything, and I'm sure we'll get it one day. Decent artwork on the side there, but I won't show this one off too much because I will be reviewing this on the channel. Now, the only other thing that I managed to pick up this week was a book which I backed as a Kickstarter. It's called The Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker, and I believe this is volume 2. And basically it's Kim Simmons, who was the guy that took all the original photography for the Kenner box art. Absolutely amazing book this is. With this book, I also got a patch. So a little Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker patch. A little bookmark. It's pretty cool. An exclusive coin, which looks very awesome. You've got the AT-AT there, and I think that's a Scout Walker, and the Rebel transport there in the air, some X-Wings. Really nice coin, and on the back there it's got Darth Vader helmet with a camera on a tripod with the Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker. So, you know, this sort of thing as part of a Kickstarter, I love that sort of thing. You also got an exclusive poster, and this opens out. I'll try and get most of it in the camera for you. It actually makes quite a good backdrop actually, but you can see there there's some figures going on there, and there's the X-Wing at the top. Awesome poster. Shame it doesn't come rolled really, but that's by the by really. But the book, absolutely fantastic book. If you're into vintage Star Wars and the history of it, then you cannot go wrong with this book. I'm just going to open it just to show you. So it goes through exactly the photos that he took and then what it ended up looking like on the box. So that's the Snow Speeder, for example, and then he shows you exactly how it looked on the box. So this is the guy that took all the images for the box art of all the Kenner vehicles and stuff. So there you can see the AT-AT and how it ended up on the box. And you get little write-ups here about things that, you know, were challenging, about having to take the shot and things like that. It's a really interesting book, but it's mainly for the images. You know, there's like a test shot there with a less detailed AT-AT, just showing you the stages that they went through to get the images. So really, really good book. That's The Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker. Really happy with that. This was a Kickstarter. I can't really remember how much it was, but it was well worth it. So that'll be a good book to have in my collection. So there you go then, guys. That is what I've managed to pick up. I'm sure you agree. It's been a busy week or so this week with pre-orders coming in. We've got the newest wave of the vintage collection. Some Black Series figures turn up. I managed to pick up a few more vintage figures for my collection of vintage Kenner. and I've got this amazing book. So I think I've done pretty well. It's been in a bit of an expensive month, but a lot of it was prepaid anyway because a lot of it's pre-orders. You know, you bought them a long time ago. But thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you on the next one.